Welcome to Make It Happen podcast episode 2. Have you ever thought of opening your own practice? Have you ever had this vision of someday, one day, I'd like to open my own clinic. It will be the best clinic on the high street. It will be very cutting edge. It will be state of the art. It will have customer service like you've never seen before. It will be very spa-like. I would like to do 20 implants per week. I would like to do 35 Invisalign cases per week, etc., etc. We get this question a lot, certainly when we do our Setting Up in Practice boot camp, where we advise, it's usually a 1 to 2 day course on the A to Z of setting up your own practice, as well as buying, but mostly based around setting up squat practices. One of the biggest questions is, where should I start looking? What should I be looking for, and where should I start looking? And what sort of practice should I be thinking about? One of the most important answers we feel in the whole of the Setting Up in Practice bootcamp, the thing that we want people to go away with more than anything else, is the answer to this question. Nothing about the legals, nothing about the build time, nothing about the marketing, nothing about the recruitment, but the one thing we want would-be prospective practice owners to think about and remember from this weekend is the following. Location, location, location. It really is all about choosing the right location. And that is the most fundamental decision that you have to get right. So you have to spend the most time seeking out, researching, locating just the right spot for the type of dentistry that you want to do, which is in line with your initial vision and hence your business plan and the type of dentistry that you want to offer. Location means so many things to so many different people, and it really does depend on what kind of dentistry that you want to offer, what kind of services that you want to provide, and the demographic of people that you want to serve. So, for example, if you want to have a very bustling, busy, spa-like high street dental practice, then the most important thing with regards to location, of course, is visibility. What do I mean by visibility? Well, the thing that you've got to see when you've got a high street practice is people need to see you. People need to either walk by or they need to see you when they get off the bus, they get off the train, or they come out of, for example, Waitrose or any kind of supermarket, or a train station, even better. So every time they go in, they have to sort of look at you, and certainly when they come out, they have to look at you, or even better, pass you. Visibility is extremely important in this case. On the other hand, you might want to open, as one of our clients did once, and they were very, very interested in doing pedodontic dentistry, and they were just very interested in family dentistry, but most importantly, pedodontic dentistry. So our advice there was to open near some schools, find a cluster of schools that they could target, and find a property or a building that could service and was very visible to those schools, as well as nurseries. Be they daycare nurseries, be they normal sort of the prerequisite to school type of nurseries, and those sorts of things would be very, very important if you want to target city goers or people who are working in certain banks or generally within the city. Then of course you would look at a city location, but one again where you've got high footfall and people passing by that would have to pass your practice or at least see your practice and hence raise their curiosity and bring them into you through signage, etc. So really, yes, it's very, very, very important to get the location right. If you get the location right, then to be honest, 50%, if not more, even up to 90% of your marketing spend has been done. Let's put it this way: if we talk about London, not that I'm advising that you should open on Oxford Street, but it's just an example. If you had a property that was worth, I don't know, let's just say £100,000 worth of rent, but it was in a prime spot in Oxford Street, i.e. as you were coming out of the tube station, versus one of the side streets coming off of Oxford Street, one that was a lot quieter, but it was a quarter of the price and double the square footage. I would always advise get a smaller place, but get it on Oxford Street, because purely because of the footfall and the visibility. It might seem like a huge expense to start with, but it would be worthwhile in the long run, because you won't have that age-old problem of most people that we see and most people that we advise in terms of dental practices. How do I increase my footfall? How do I get bums on seats? I've got this beautiful, stunning practice. I've spent so much time on building this practice, building the aesthetics, building the gadgets, building the chair, building everything, getting the colour scheme right, getting the logo right, getting everything right. But I've just opened my doors and the phone's not ringing and nobody's walking through the door. Why? Well, the first thing you need to look at there is, what's your location saying? Can people access you? Can they find you easily? So I think that's one of the big topics that we can discuss at length some other time and look at the sort of questions and answers that we get. But certainly I would consider the most important thing when opening your own practice, or when potentially buying somebody else's practice, is, what is the location like? If their practice is very, very busy, no doubt you will find part of the reason is, or most of the reason is, their location. If the practice isn't doing very well and it's not busy, you might find exactly the same problem. What's their location? Where is their location? Is it easy to find? Is it perhaps the reason why they're not getting as much footfall as they had initially expected? So in either of those scenarios, just look at the location and you won't go very far wrong if you get that right. Thank you.